Hey, back again. Quizmaster Jack here with the Buzzword Summer 2021 Pop Culture Season? I don't know what they're actually calling this, but this is week two. No need to revel in no need for a long intro here. Let's just get into it.
During this show's sixth season, the protagonists invent a toilet and go on Shark Tank to seek funding. In this show's first episode, Robert and Saul reveal their affair and ask for divorces from the title women.
Oh. Oh, is this actually the name? Ah! Bad start. They're not going to give me that one either. Oh, I'm sorry, June Diane Raphael. Yep, just knew what it was, just got the name wrong. Little dyslexia to start out with. Not starting strong so far in this season.
A man grabs one of these things from a doorway near a soccer stadium after telling his son to get on a tram. While putting up posters, Antonio has one of these.
Yeah, they're talking. That last part's about the bicycle thief. I don't really know what the first. Maybe the first one is also part of the bicycle thief. But yeah, he gets his bike stolen when he's putting up posters.
A song titled For This Man describes listening and re-listening to Smiley Smile. In a band with his brothers Dennis and Carl, this subject of the film Love and Mercy sang Sloop John B. and
Wow. Man, oh, they gave me a bare naked ladies clue and I couldn't get to it soon enough. Oh, man, they teed that one up for me. I couldn't get to the lyrics. Cause that's like the smiley smile part is like the middle part of the chorus, and it just doesn't. Man, I'm wondering if this is some kind of creative drought because I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. If I was ever gonna get a best buzz on a pop culture or a pop music one, that was gonna be it, and I let it off the hook.
for over 50 years this magazine printed art by Mort Drucker. Dave Berg's longtime feature for this magazine was The Lighter Side of. Black and white opponents squared off.
Yes, mad. Oh, I had an inkling it was going to be mad off of the artist name. Did they say Mort Walker? No, Mort Walker is the guy that did like Beetle Bailey. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about the lighter side of Mad stuff, and then they just talking about Spy versus Spy there. And who doesn't know Spy versus Spy? Everybody will buzz them there.
This kind of animal is the subject of a tag team song partly titled Power in the House that was recorded for the 1994 film Gordy. In a 1995 film, the dog Rex tells one of these animals that the phrase "Ba Ram You" will allow him to herd
Okay. I have no idea what's going on with that tag team clue. But yeah, Bob Ram you for Babe. I loved that movie when I was younger. I haven't probably seen it for 2 decades. I always feel like I should just watch it again to see if it'll hold up, but maybe I'm a little scared. I don't know why. But yeah, as far as I remember, Babe's a great movie.
This character undergoes a mind swap with Morris Fletcher after visiting Area 51. He is betrayed by his temporary partner, Alex Krychek. The cigarette.
Now, this is Mulder. Oh yeah, he did do the mind swap. That was some late season X Files. That was Michael McKean. It was a 2-part episode where he got mind swapped with Men in Black, played by Michael McKean. think that episode was called. Those episodes were called Dreamland or something like that. But that was that late X Files that I wasn't obsessed with. I was obsessed with X Files for a while. Yeah, and then they said Krychek, played by Nicholas Lee or Leah. I don't know exactly how you say his last name. It's just 3 letters. Don't know how to pronounce it.
A 2020 game in this series was the last US title released for the Wii. 2012's Summer Party compiled favorites from earlier games in this Ubisoft.
Yeah, this is Just Dance. Yeah, I mean, I maybe could have got in on that first clue. But yeah, making 2020, they're putting out games for the Wii. Good on you, Ubisoft. I mean, they know where their bread is buttered. They know that they probably sold hundreds of thousands of copies of Just Dance 2020 for the Wii. That's 2 systems ago. They're not putting out PlayStation 3 games anymore. Maybe it's possible they put Just Dance out for PlayStation 3.
The protagonist of this film is annoyed by the insurance salesman Needle-Nose Ned Ryerson.
I'm going to get this one really early, but everybody knows about Ned Ryerson. There's going to be people that get in. There are going to be people that get in off of Needle-Nose or insurance salesman even. I don't think there's a possibility of a Best Buzz on that one. Interesting prompt. Early prompt on this one. Correct answer has multiple words and is not a type of natural feature such as a lake or island. I'm intrigued.
The video for Beyoncé's XO was filmed at one of these places. One of them, called Oblivia, appears in Katy Perry's Chained to the Rhythm video. The Dirt Bombs sang about one of these places in Sandusky, Ohio, in Cedar Point, 76.
Ow. I was too specific. I mean, they said Sandusky, and that's where, like, Cedar Point is. So I thought they were going into, like, the Roller Coaster of Love song. I feel alright about that. I was on the right track, just got a little too specific for my own good. Because I was really only operating off of them saying Sandusky.
This chain's spokeswoman is played by Deirdre Henry, who had a recurring role as the nurse Rowena on Justified. This company, whose ads star a chef named Annie, began an industry trend with the 2019 debut of its chicken sandwich. For 10 points, name this Louisiana...
The fried chicken sandwiches wars continue, unabated, deep into 2021. I think we're probably at the end of it. Who's to say who won? But at least the chicken sandwich piece is on the horizon.
This TV show is based on Marty McCary's book, Unaccountable. In this show's 3rd season, a soccer team employs Conrad Hawkins after he is fired from Chastain Park Memorial Hospital. Matt Zuckery and Emily Van Camp star in, for 10 points, What Fox Show, named for a stage of medical training.
Oh, is it... What is this the name of it? Okay, good. I saved myself right at the end there. Emily Van Camp's in that? Sharon Carter? I didn't realize that. A completely forgettable current TV show. You're always good for one of those kind of questions in a round like that. And honestly, if with no knowledge of the show, there's only one way to get that right, and it's to figure out what they meant at the end, which is why I almost put Residency. but save myself at the end. It's the it's the TV shows you only get because you watch football, and so Fox puts in the commercials. They advertise their own stuff, so you only have heard the title of this TV show while you're watching a football game.
Mason Weaver is recruited to photograph this character, who attacks and kills Preston Packard. All other members of this character's species were killed by skullcrawlers, a reptilian race.
Yeah, I think that's that. This is that recent. No, it's not even the Peter Jackson one. It's the Skull Island Kong. I think that's the mythology that this question's about. So the one that had John C. Reilly and Sam Jackson in it, and Brie Larson. Brie Larson was in that movie. Because was Adrian Brody in that one, or was he in the Peter Jackson one? There's too many King Kongs.
This character sings, "The river's dry, the ground has broken," and vows, "I'll remember my pride," in the song Shadowland. This character begins to fall in love with her childhood friend in the song Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Wow. Specific question about Nala. I like it. That Shadowland question part must have only been the recent Jon Favreau with Beyonce. I mean, if you put Beyonce in her movie, you got to give her a song, and you gotta give her an original song so she could maybe get a best original song nom to get her shot at an Oscar. Wasn't she nominated? Was she nominated for Dreamgirls? I think she might have been. Didn't win. I don't think she won. All right, I like specific questions like that. We got King Kong into Nala. Next question is going to be about Astro from the Jetsons.
This artist's 2020 album Changes features Kehlani on the song Get Me and Quavo on the song Intentions. In January 2020, he released his first solo single in 4 years, Yummy. An April 2017 remix of Despacito was released by, for 10 points, what Canadian pop...
It's just Justin Bieber. It's just Justin Bieber. There was other people on Despacito. I don't remember who was actually like featured on it and who actually was the real artist. Oh well, all right, we got a better rhythm going now.
On this show, Eddie Wang's first appearance earned him a spot in its Hall of Shame. This series often features Mad Dog 357, which measures 357,000 on the Scoville scale, right before the
Hot Ones? I think they're talking about Hot Ones, the episode. Yeah, that's the only other thing. This is like Fear Factor or something. Yeah, Hot Ones. Yep, the interview show with God, what's his name? Is it Sean something? I don't know. I'm not remembering his name right now. But they said Scoville. Talk about Scoville units.
This man played a naval captain who demands an investigation of missing frozen strawberries in the Caine Mutiny. He played a nightclub owner who loves Ilsa Lund in a film set during World War II.
Oh, this is just Humphrey Bogart. Forgot he was in the Caine Mutiny. Was he one of the 3 people that were nominated for Best Actor in the Caine Mutiny? And then because he might have been, yeah. So 3. They didn't have Best Supporting Actor back then. So they had 3 people from the Caine Mutiny get nominated for Best Actor. And after that, they decided, hey, how about we just split these off a little? Because we we want to give Oscars to people who are literally in the show for, or in the movie for like 4 minutes, maybe. Because yeah, like the Emmy nominations come out. Don Cheadle got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the winter, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He was in it for like 5 minutes at most, unless I'm completely forgetting a storyline he had. There's always coming back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier in this one. It's the second time I mentioned somebody in there.
Robert Stevens played this character in a Billy Wilder film titled for this man's private life. This man foils an assassination attempt at a Swiss peace summit in a 2011 Guy Ritchie film subtitled A Game of Shadows.
Yeah. That was the second Robert Downey Jr. one. I thought those movies were fine. But I know why they're not making them anymore, because they weren't. Robert Downey Jr. was had to resolve the MCU so he didn't have a lot of room. But there's some okay stuff in those movies. Him and Jude Law were having fun. Stephen Fry as Mycroft is pretty good.
This streaming service's first original drama series was a 2020 adaptation of Brave New World. Renee Elise Goldsberry plays a member of the title girl group on this service's sitcom Girls 5 Eva. For 10 points, English Premier League games stream on what service named for NBC's avian logo?
No. I was completely wrong for most of that. I didn't realize she was in. I didn't realize Angelica was in that Girls 5 Eva show that I've only seen advertised on the sides of websites. Yeah, I was debating between Apple Plus and Amazon Prime for most of that, and I'm glad I let it go all the way.
A 2012 film titled for this group co-stars Jermaine Clement as Boris the Animal.
He was the bad guy in Men in Black 3. Never saw that one with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. So, don't know how that worked out. But yeah. I really, really like the first Men in Black. 2 wasn't that good, and 3 was fine, but really forgettable. I tell you though, like, whoever is casting Josh Brolin is just doing like the best job ever. Because he was just perfect as a young Tommy Lee Jones. He was really good as Thanos. He was really good as Cable in Deadpool 2. Just like getting all the right roles for Josh Brolin. Maybe not so great as Bush W, but still pretty serviceable.
This company included an ambidextrous button layout on the first ever full-color handheld video game system, its Lynx. Destroyer was an early arcade game by this company, which produced consoles numbered 5200 and 2600.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, I was stuck on the Game Gear there, but yeah, it's the Atari Lynx. So there's the Lynx, there's the Jaguar. Is it the Atari Jaguar? Was those also a handheld? I don't remember.
In a 2021 SNL performance, this song's artist accidentally split his leather.
that was in the news. Lil Nas X splitting his pants. He performed for that song. Yeah, it was working the pole and did a little flex and popped his trousers. I don't think anything like came out, but he had to strategically position his hand for the rest of the performance. But you gotta keep going. Show must go on.
A website named for one of these objects documented Kyle MacDonald's bartering. The goal of a
paper. Damn it. Ugh. There's that whole thing where he traded a paperclip up to like get a car or something. Man, I had the right. Same thing with Grace and Frankie. I had the right idea, but just not the exact right thing. That's unfortunate.
An actor known by this first name portrayed the patriarch Steve Douglas on the 1960s sitcom My Three Sons. A character with this first name often faked heart attacks on Sanford and Son. For 10 points, give this first name of the bedrock caveman who was married to Wilma on the
Yeah, it's Fred Sanford. I was on Darren for a little bit. Thought maybe they're gonna get into like all the Darrens on Bewitched after that. I'm on the My Three Sons clues. I just forgot. It's Fred Sanford.
This woman played Maureen, who tries to communicate with her dead twin brother Louis in the film Personal Shopper. She played Sabina in 2019's Charlie's Angels and rose to stardom as a Forks resident who marries Edward Cullen. For 10 points.
It's Kristen Stewart. Forgot who was in that new Charlie's Angels, and then they started talking about Twilight. Her middle name is James? I'll give Buzzword this. They always put in interesting... When people have interesting middle names, they always make sure to throw that in.
This artist sings Let's Get Lost on Mars and You, Moonlight, You're My Starlight in a 2020 song whose remix featured DaBaby. In another song, she says, Don't let him in because you'll have to kick him out again. For 10 points, Levitating and New Rules are by what woman of Albanian descent?
I think she's Albanian. Yeah, Dua Lipa's. Yeah, just showing all of my problems with on that one. As you get to the end of these, and I just like put out a name that I know is a pop singer. All right, halfway through, a little below where we want, but hopefully I won't drop 4 questions so far. Kind of need to not drop any more if I want to get a good score.
In a TV show set in this U.S. state, Deacon Mark is a suspect in Aaron's murder, which is investigated by the title detective. The gang frequents Patty's...
Yeah, because they were talking about mayor of Easttown. And that first one, and then they talked about It Was Always Sunny. I had a feeling it was Pennsylvania for that first clue, but I don't actually know anything about Mayor of Easttown other than it takes place in Philly. It's weird that they would ask for... I guess because, like, Mayor... I don't know if Easttown is actually a different town or if it's just a suburb of Philadelphia, but there must have been some point pretty late with this question where somebody said, hey, this doesn't actually take place in Philadelphia. Or Mayor of Easttown, for the most part, doesn't actually take place in Philadelphia, so we have to like change it to be the state. All right, Correct answer is a modern day country and not a region within a country. Transylvania.
A Justice League member from this country turns into a werebeast and was one of the first openly gay DC characters. Tim Drake's father was killed by Digger Harkness, a Flash villain from this country. For 10 points, name the home country of Captain Boomerang and the
Okay. Captain Boomerang is Australian. I thought it may have been actually like Romania for a second there. They're talking about werewolves. The gay werewolves of Australia. That's DC for you. If you give a stage name, it must contain 2 words. So we're gonna have to like guess at what Snoop Dogg is using as his stage name.
This man claimed to be active 24/7 in a verse of Becky G's Maiores. An album by this man has a title meaning I do whatever I want, but is formally named for the acronym YHLQMDLG. The hits Mia and Yonaguni are by, for 10 points, what Puerto Rican rapper with a logomorphic stage name.
Okay. I don't know pop music, but I know Legomorphs. Was he the one that I think he performed at that halftime show in Miami with Shakira and J Lo? And I spent the whole time going, "Why isn't this Pitbull? Come on, let's doll A. Why isn't this guy Pitbull?"
This company designed a game in which migration treaties can attract workers for generator banks. This company used its Clausewitz engine in its 4X game Stellaris. Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis are by, for 10 points, what Swedish developer whose name is a word for a contradiction.
What? Oh, it's okay. Oof, that was a deep cut for a developer of 4X games. I forgot Stellaris was by Paradox. Ugh. Man, the things that should be wheelhouse just aren't ending up wheelhouse for me here.
A mother on this TV show wrote a column of musings for a newspaper called The Bystander. Buck Strickland employed this show.
Strickland Propane sells propane and propane accessories. Another Bare Naked Ladies thing, since they did you Step in Line, they did for the King of the Hill soundtrack.
This rapper curates the annual Camp Flog Gnaw Carnival. He rapped Your Love Be Shakin' Me Up on a single featuring Playboy Carti called Earthquake from an album inspired by the archetype of a villain's lab assistant. The album Igor is by, for 10 points, what rapper known as The Creator.
It'd save a lot of time, Buzzword, if we could just jump to the end of these pop music ones.
This character's father collects obelisks and uses one to prop open his library door. On a car ride, she comes out as a lesbian to her father Bruce, a closeted funeral director. The memoir Fun Home stars, for 10 points, what cartoonist...
It is just Bechdel. I don't know if they're talking about the character in Fun Home or the actual person. I don't know if she gave herself a different name for Fun Home. But yeah, Bechdel of Test and Fun Home fame.
In a streaming show set in this country, a book about a gentleman burglar inspires the exploits of a thief played by Omar Sy. I'm
just gonna go for it. Yeah, let's just talk about Lupin. Arsène Lupin, because there was a new, I don't know what streaming service it was on. There's a new Lupin series. The famous gentleman thief of Persona 5 and anime fame.
This title character visits ski slopes and a safari park in a 1987 book. The wizard Whitebeard often
They said this title character, right? Yeah, so it's just Waldo. I found him. I got him. Hey, I got the Waldo question. Yeah, Wizard Whitebeard. That's some early. You have to know like the year and what was in the specific Where's Waldo book. But I'll take my 18 points. I don't think this is going to be one of my best 5 for this season.
This character presents 3 treasure chests to the player in his namesake houses in Super Mario.
Toad houses. All right, there's a good video game question. Maybe best buzzwordy. Somebody will buzz in on 3 treasure chests and beat me on that. I'm pretty sure.
At this film's end, a character stares at a pair of shirts hanging in a closet beneath a postcard. In a climactic argument in this film, Jack Twist says, "I wish I knew how to quit you."
Yeah. Oh, I knew about that ending on a guy staring at shirts thing. I haven't actually seen Brokeback Mountain. But I knew about the ending where he's staring at a shirt. Or 2 shirts, specifically. And then I wish I knew how to quit you. That's just famous there.
This character first appeared in the 1947 comic story Christmas on Bear Mountain by Carl Barks. He frequently employs inventor Gyro Gearloose to make devices to stop the Beagle Boys from robbing.
Oh, okay. So, was the guy's name actually Carl Barks, or was that some sort of backhanded, like, this is what Karl Marx in the Duckiverse is? He's actually a dog named Carl Barks. I hope it's the latter, but it's most likely the former. So on Gyro Gearloose, I was thinking about if it was like Darkwing Duck, but then they like that didn't make sense for the time frame. Darkwing Duck would have been in Christmas on Bear Mountain. Sounds like a
band named for these things stated, "Let me tell you about the way she looked," in their song She's Not There. A 1994 song titled For These Beings that repeats the phrase, "in your head," is by the Cranberries.
Oh, yeah. So did they mention Kill Bill on this already? No, that was on something I was listening to earlier. But yeah, that cover of She's Not There in the second part of Kill Bill is real good. Also, it's just a good song. It took me a while to get to the answer because I was thinking about the Kinks for a while, but I didn't talk about the Cranberry song.
In June 2021, Markiplier joked that this snack food brand is dead to me after it sponsored the live streamer Ninja. This brand's most popular flavor is Fuego, which is sold in purple bags.
They sell Takis in purple bags. Was not gonna get that question off of YouTube drama. But good on you if you did.
A doctor introduced in this film is named for Marion's boyfriend in Psycho. For this film, a Captain Kirk mask was spray painted.
Yep, the Michael Myers mask in Halloween is a bad mask of Bill Shatner. Not much to say about that. So, is there a different? No, because it's not Dr. Loomis. So, like Dr. Bates in one of them? Yeah.
A song titled For This City uses lyrics from Woody Guthrie's archives about a sailor peg who has an accident.
Shipping up to Boston. Whoa. What is it? Trimming up the topsail, I lost my leg. Now I'm shipping up to Boston. Whoa. It's like somebody scored a goal in here.
People in this musical claim that measles and an arrest arise from men and women dancing in the song The Rumor. A father asks, "Is this the little girl I carried?" in this musical's song Sunrise, Sunset. For 10 points, Tevye is the protagonist of...
Okay. Oh, haven't interacted with Fiddler for a while. So I forgot about Sunrise, Sunset being being a song from that musical. Character name is required. A title alone is not sufficient. So, like, general.
During a picnic, this character says, "You really don't like politicians, do you?" Images from a 2002 film of this female character smiling and appearing concerned make up the 2021 "For the Better, Right?" meme.
Okay. Deep female character knowledge for movies in this week of Buzzword. I like that. We got Nala and Amidala as answers. And they rhyme too.
A character with this name is a naval specialist Green Earth CO in Advance Wars, the final member of the Hoenn Elite Four, who uses Flygon and Salamence, has this name. For 10 points, Nathan, the protagonist of the Uncharted...
Okay. Drake? Oh, that before you got to Uncharted, that was some deep video game knowledge. They're pushing me on the video game knowledge this week. You'd have to have some deep video game knowledge to get that before you start talking about Uncharted. But they're talking about a specific character in Advance Wars given their rank? Wow. That's deep.
This man spins a randomizer to determine competition parameters such as time and equipment on the show Tournament of Champions. In 2020, this TV host began a remote takeout edition of a show nicknamed Triple D. For 10 points...
I think they may have worked... Because what, Tournament of Champions? What food thing would that be? I don't even know. For a while, I was thinking it was maybe Dwayne Wade for that, there's like a Cube show that he's hosting now. So I thought that might have been what they were talking about.
A character in this film is disgusted by a broccoli-topped pizza served...
That's San Francisco for you with the broccoli pizza. Just broccoli pizza all over the place. That's not really a thing. So I get what they're saying. Like, they don't like broccoli and they don't want it. But you can put good vegetables on pizza. I don't think broccoli's one of them because it doesn't like roast up real well. So like cauliflower might be a little better. But yeah, I always thought it was weird in that movie that one of the five... Because like disgust is really like the odd one out there. Because, joy and sadness, those are, polar opposites and needed. And you got anger and fear, which like kind of go together. And then disgust, which I thought was pretty close to anger. Speaking of disgust.
A 1979 song in this language about Genghis Khan was a Eurovision entry. A band that sings primarily in this language is led by Till Lindemann and had a 1997 hit that puns on the similarity between words for have and hate. For 10 points, name this language in which Rammstein sang.
Oh yeah, Du Hast. Du Hast is the song that have and hate are very close together. All right. I was just waiting on that one. Wasn't gonna try. Was like, oh, maybe it's Sweden because they're talking about Eurovision, and then ABBA maybe. But ABBA actually didn't sing that much in Swedish, I don't think. All right, 3 more questions. We'll get over 600, and hopefully that'll be a good enough score.
In 2002, Henry Winkler became an executive producer of this show, and Jeffrey Tambor became its announcer. In 19...
I may have messed up. This may not be right, but I think Jeffrey Tambor was on Hollywood Squares a lot. Okay, yeah. In the Tom Bergeron days, the heady Tom Bergeron days. Henry Winkler was a producer? Yeah. You get your beak wet whatever way you can.
In a 1985 film, a character from this game says that husbands should be like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable. This game has 2 secret passages.
Clue. So they're talking about Madeline Kahn playing Miss White. All right, flames? Burning flames? Oh, man. That movie's so good. Just from the front to the back, just like a great movie. Now I just kind of want to go watch Clue. But one more question before Clue.
In this film, the protagonist's contribution to a class debate on refugees is that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty. Brittany Murphy plays Ty in this...
It's gotta be this. Yeah. Alright, I feel like I didn't do that great in this week either, but still my score is 648. Had some possibility of best buzzes, but I kind of doubt it's gonna be it's gonna end up that way. One of these times, one of these 8 weeks, I'm gonna get the first question like with no problems, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. I mean, hey, wait a minute. The last 2 questions of this round were clue. The answers were clue and clueless. And there are both questions about movies, but you like phrased the first one to make it sound like they're just clowning on us now. Don't worry, Buzzword. I still love you. All right. That was week 2. And that's it for me. Turns out in the end, communism was just a red herring.